Come and take a class at the Alteration.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another great episode of Alter Academy, where we have another special guest. Since the dawn of Lorcana, one man has been pushing Blurple to the brink of Tier 1, and he has gotten ever so close in a few sets, but in Fabled, the big bad Blurple baddie has arrived, and showcasing it is the Blurple King himself, JDRR. Welcome, JDRR. How are we doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me again. It's been a while since last time.
Yeah, it's been a while, and Fabled has kind of reshaped the entire meta as we know it, and Blurple, I think, is actually finally here in Tier 1, so there's nobody I wanted to have on more to talk about Blurple than the man who's been pushing Blurple for over a year now, at least. So very excited to have you on, and very excited to hear your thought process on what's driving its success in Fabled.
Well, actually, now that you mention it, I think both my pet decks, Purple Steel and Blurple, are probably like Tier 1 decks in Fabled, which is kind of funny to look at now because like those were like the two meme purple decks because like Red Purple and Green Purple were always like regarded as like better.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But what happened in Fabled, like, well, Blurple got to keep all his removal with Bell. So obviously Elsa 5 didn't rotate. You get to keep Hades. So it's just like you still keep a lot of your removal, like the core of the removal package that Blurple always used. So like you didn't really lose that much in terms of the removal part of it. More of what you lost was like your engine cards, like Popsicle, Friends on the other side, things like that. And that really hurts like the ability to draw cards and grind. But obviously, like, you know, every deck lost the ability to draw cards and grind, right? So if you all lose that, then it's fine. The other thing is just like they kind of neutered the Ruby a little bit hard, in my opinion. Nothing against Ruby, but it feels like it's the worst color pairing in the set right now.
Yeah, they basically have Shark and Shark.
Shark and APL and Moana. That's your three best cards probably. Yeah, all right. Like things like Sisu and Be Prepared and Maui or Brawl were just like cards that kind of kept this deck down. Like it's not that it was like a terrible matchup before into the red decks. Like it was fairly like even, but like they always had the inherent advantage because they could draw as much as you because your draw engine is either the same as the purple decks with Finders Keepers or is the same as the blue decks with Tamatoa, Popsicle and stuff, right?
Right.
But then they always had, you know, the reset to just catch up if they have, or just like reset the game if they needed to. So without the board wipes, then like who is now the control deck, right?
Right.
And who's the big bad blue deck? Well, it's probably Blurple now. As you have
removal,
all the removal still intact. Yeah. Like probably the best removal, arguably, in the game next to Steel.
I'd agree. Yeah, because Strength is looking to be like the best card in the game by a significant mile, and this card right here, Bell, is close to number 2. I'd say this is basically new Rapunzel in terms of letting your opponent get value.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, definitely like the new Rapunzel, and now it's all Bell traps, right?
Yeah. I do have to ask. We lost a lot of draw cards, and Blurple used to play Finders Keepers, but I'm seeing it absent today. What is the reasoning between switching to Develops and Visions over Finders Keepers?
Couple of reasons. So it's not that you can't play Finders Keepers, and I don't think it's incorrect to not play Finders Keepers. But in the current meta, a lot of the things are, a lot of the decks are a lot faster, right? And like, so for example, like Purple Steel, Amber Steel, with how they're playing, like they're always just like pushing threats down your throat, right? So it's like, you don't even have time to hard cast Finders Keepers because you're just going to lose all the tempo, right?
Yeah.
The other thing is like in the mirror, it's the same thing. Like even in set 8, you rarely like played Finders in the mirror. Like you really only play Finders against the 2 red decks, right? Right before the B prep turn so that you can just refill and refuel, right? If the red decks aren't there, everything's a little bit too fast to hard cast. Like I would like to say like 1 in every 10, maybe 15 games I would hard cast Finders Keepers against the non-red decks back in set 8. Right, just because those decks are all too fast.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
And the other thing, and the other thing is like ideally you play it at 9 ink, right? Because like you can just play a 4 along with it. But any other time before that is really slow.
Right.
Right. So like, and the other thing is like we don't have Popsicle, Friends, Tamatoa, stuff like that to bridge from turn 5 to turn 9, right?
Right.
To get there before you can draw. So with that, I was like, what if we just this is a credit to TJ Coffin.
Yep.
Yeah. Because he was exploring it, and I was like, I'll give it a shot too. And I was like, all right, I'll play the Visions package over FK, because now I'm just like, every turn I can Visions and find my Belle and Elsa rather than drawing cards to hope I can hold onto it, because that's how we used to play, right? You would just keep drawing cards so you can just hold on to the cards you need for the matchup. But now you just don't have that draw engine like we used to anymore.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a little bit more efficient to just go Visions, find your Elsa or Belle or Hades or whatever you need, rather than try to draw into it, because I found myself just top decking it a lot and just inking Finders Keepers a lot. Not that it's bad, but yeah. Oh, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then let's talk about the Robin Hood, because he's an old friend who's not really been played since set 1 in any deck.
Yeah. With the Robin Hood, it's like, it could be like Donald, like 5-cost Donald. Like that's totally like acceptable too. Like, but they're both just kind of inherent. What is it? I guess resource type cards. Because Donald just ink the top card of your deck so that you can get to 7 faster and not need to top deck. Whereas Robin Hood, you just play it, you draw a card. So you can have ink to get to 7. They both kind of do like fulfill a very similar role in that sense. But I think I like the Robin Hood just a little bit more, just because is a way to answer mid-game genies.
Yep.
Because it's so hard to deal with that card right now. Because the other thing is like Iago is not the card it was before, because everyone's running ways to answer Iago.
Yep. See Hypnotic.
Right, just because like before rotation, everyone had good cards, so you didn't have space to play like Hypnotic Strength, Heffalumps, Improvise, all that stuff, because you had all these other good cards you had to play, right? So the Iago outs weren't that plentiful, or they weren't running around very often, right? But now when you lack removal, things like Hypnotic Strength to not just give yourself +2 Challenger, but also to remove Iago, it just kind of it's just with all those type of cards running around, it's just harder to get your Iago to stay on the board. So oftentimes, like the Genie in the mid game, which is the scariest time to see a Genie, is when you're top decking and your opponent plays a Genie and you're like, well, I can't answer this.
Yeah.
Right?
The Genie Wars.
Yeah. Yeah. So like it's just like extra insurance to that, and just the extra draw there, and it also Quest for 2. It's like, it's not bad. It's just like a card that's okay.
Right.
Like the card quality is not there, but sometimes I just need, because I don't have Donald, I'm not skipping to 7. So sometimes I need that 6 cost to bridge to get to 7 and just have that extra card to ink.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. I think that covers the deck really well. We've touched on everything but Dumbo, but I think people can grasp the power of Dumbo there. But if we want to go just talk about him really quick before we jump into the altars.
Yeah, well, I think Dumbo's the main reason why you can get away with not playing Finders Keepers.
Yep.
Because Dumbo kind of fulfills that same role to draw cards, right?
Right.
So, but I mean, that's really it for Dumbo. It's just like, if you leave the Dumbo like unanswered right now, it just runs away with the game, just because card draw is like lacking so much, like in other decks. So like same thing, right? If you draw a Dumbo in the mid to late game, similar to Genie, it can just run away with the game if your opponent doesn't have an answer to it, like right then and there. Another reason for Robin Hood, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like I think we didn't talk about Basil either.
Yes.
Yeah. So also with rotation, our favorite cards, Cindy Storm, is no longer here, right? So without that in the meta, like because like that kind of suppressed a lot of like 1-drops from being played. Like a lot of them just were deemed like almost unplayable because of it.
Yeah, you just lose the game.
Whereas now you don't really. Yeah, you just lose the game. But now your 1-drops probably won't die anymore. So like you can put this Basil out on turn 1, and it just helps everything trade up. So like your Scrooge can hit for 7, so you can get through the Tiana, like the Amber Tiana, so if they ever have it exerted. You can swing right through it. It lets your Elsa trade a Genie on its own.
Yep.
Right, because it gives +2. So like overall, it's just I think it just helps all your stuff trade up. Like 1-drops are like obviously needed to a degree. Like the more 1-drops you play, the better your aggro matchups get. But then like the worse your blue matchups get, or mid-range matchups, right? Just because you're going to top deck a lot of 1-drops. So I personally just don't like playing that many 1-drops, because against like a really good like aggro and purple steel players, like even with the 1-drops, it's like a really difficult matchup to win on the draw anyway. I found that it wasn't really swinging the matchup enough in our favor against the really good players, right? Like against people that just quest at the wrong time, like yeah, the 1-drops are amazing, but against people who know when to hold back, I just found it not really that helpful. So it made my mirrors worse, right? And it wasn't that good against the good players, so that's why I ultimately just didn't play that many 1-drops.
Right.
Just stuck with the Basil here.
Got it.
And that's where like if you don't run so many 1-drops, because like there's people who are playing like Madame Elephant. Some people are playing the 3/6 vanillas, like the Mouse Queen, the Walrus, those things like that, because you just it's just like a sturdy body on turn 3 that you can play, right? And that doesn't get strength. Like you talked about earlier, strength is like one of the best cards in the format. If you get your 4-drop strength, it's really hard to come back. So if you're not playing that like 8 1-drops or whatever, it might be more advisable if it's a lot of aggro to play more of like the sturdy 4-drops. So like Scrooge, for example, the 3/6, the elephants, right? So that way you just have a body on board that doesn't die to strength, so that you can just go Elsa Bell and do the normal Blurple carve out kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like those are just like extra tech cards that people can consider in the deck, just to kind of adjust based on different matchups. This is just like my stock right now, and then just adjust from there.
Perfect. All right. Well, without further ado, let's get into some alters, and we'll start as we always do here in Alter Academy with blind on the play.
Blind on the play here. Honestly, because we run 12 uninkables now, unlike the 8 that I used to run, there's not a whole lot I'm actually looking for here, because I have the 4, I have the Elsa, I can curve right into Robin Hood.
Yep.
So I probably wouldn't even send anything back here, to be fair.
Wow, a nice easy one. We got the Tipo, we got the Genie, we got Elsa, we have our full curve. What do we need?
Right? Like Into the Unknown and like Hypnotic Strength are probably like super easy ink in the early game. You're probably not going to need it. Even Dumbo too, right? Is probably one of my most ink cards in the early game, because you really don't need it that early. So like here you already have like a 3 ink for Tipo and ramping, right?
Right. All right, we start off with a nice easy one. All right, let's go into blind on the draw now.
Blind on the draw. Here I would... So there's 2 ways you can approach this. Some people like to keep the Genie on the draw, and or some people like to keep Scrooge, and some people like to keep both. The problem here with this hand is that when you have Sail, you can't just ink the wrong one, right? Compared to Tipo. So sometimes one of the 4s kind of gets stuck.
Yeah.
In your hand, like you're just never playing it, right? But you can also make an argument. You can go like Scrooge on 3, Genie on 4, yada yada. Like that could work too. So if it is completely blind, like I think the safest thing would probably be to also hold everything, because you just ink the Sails and the Iagos early, because you don't really want to play them early, and then you can pick between whether you need to go Scrooge or Genie. Because if you go Genie and into a Genie and they do the Genie Wars, you have the Bell there as an answer.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, and the Iago is just too dangerous to play early, so like you just ink them.
Yeah.
So I also probably would not change too much here.
That's crazy. In all of my times, this is episode, I believe, 22 now, and I have never seen through a whole episode Alter 0 2 times. There's been once, I believe. But so this is crazy.
It's a little scarier because you have 12 uninkables.
Yeah.
So if you like alter into another Scrooge or Hades or something like that, you can get really screwed in the early game. That's why I usually prefer to play like 8, at most 10 uninkables. But like I find like in this version at least of Blurple that is not trying to grind out super long, the Scrooge is like a really important piece to the early game.
Got it. All right, well, let's do a Blurple
Yeah.
on Blurple mirror match, and we'll start with on the play.
This one we're just shipping all 7. Like you don't have ramp, turn 2 ramp, and that's the most important thing to find.
Oh, yeah. It reminds me of the Shark
Yeah.
days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easy.
That's like another reason why I played develop, right? Because it's just like more ways to find my turn 2 ramp because I really don't want to miss. If you miss, like you just lose the game, right?
Yeah. All right, let's see if we
Yeah.
are rewarded. We did not get the ramp, but we have developed, so we've got 3 chances to find it.
3 more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it's something like with develop. If you with develop turn 1, it's like something like 94% to find your turn 2 ramp compared to like the 89.9 or whatever it is if you don't play any turn 1 scry or draw cards.
Yeah, it's a high chance. So when you miss it, you just feel wronged.
If you miss it, you miss it. It is what it is. Like that's kind of the risk you take playing a blue deck, right? Like you get the, the highs of ramping early and getting ahead, but you also have to take the lows.
Oh
if
yeah.
you miss.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do on the draw Blurple now.
On the draw,
a lot of pretty cards here.
It's gonna be an expensive deck.
Yeah.
It's Send 7.
Yep. Once again, guys, we do not have our
Right.
ramp, so we alter it all.
Yeah, so like let's just say though you had the Basil, like you had a turn 2 ramp, I would probably consider keeping Basil and the Hypnotic Strength there. If you were on the draw against the Blurple Mirror, just in case like they drop Iago on you, right? You have an easy answer here. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. This is fine. Like you can play.
Yeah.
It's not ideal, but you can play.
Yeah. Let's go into Amethyst Steel on the play now. Your other favorite deck.
Now we're setting 7 again. No ramp.
All right, these are.
This might be this kind of. We either keep all or we send 7.
This is wild.
That's what we're doing today.
All right. Not a bad one.
There you go. No, that's not bad. Genie on 3 is fine into purple steel.
Yeah.
It's a respect. Even Iago on 3 is fine because on the play because they don't have their 3-cost singer or 3-cost body established yet. So if they strength you, they have to hard cast Iago, which is not that bad for us.
Right. Yeah, I agree there.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, let's go Amethyst Steel on the draw now.
On the draw, I usually will mulligan a little bit more aggressively just because of the extra card that you get, right? And also because I have Tipo, not Sail, I'm fine with going a bit more aggressive on the mulligan. I can always just chip away an uninkable. So I am sending Dumbo, both Dumbos, Iago, Hades here. Yeah, because like what I really want is like Scrooge Elsa.
There he is. And
Right.
we have a good
So that's what we
chance
talked
of
about the
drawing
Tipo, right? So you can just ink the wrong one.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So this is good.
Yep, that it is. All right, let's go. We've been so flying. Was that on the play or on the draw? This was on the draw, right?
That was on the draw. We've done both.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's go into Amber Steel aggro on the play. The Tiana aggro.
Oh, our favorite matchup. We are sending everything.
For those paying attention.
This is where you'll see like the lack of 1-drops will probably show up here because you probably won't alter into another 1-drop.
Yeah, but we need that ramp more than the Basil.
Yep.
And so if we have the ramp, we'd likely keep the Basil, guys, but we don't. So
Yeah.
bye Basil.
If you're on the draw, you can also make a case to keep the Basil.
Oh goodness, this is a loss.
Yes, it's a loss. It's just one of those hands, right? That's the risk of running the higher uninkable count.
Yeah, I guess maybe if we can draw like a Tipo or a Sail like next turn, we can get Scrooge out and maybe like have a shot, but we got
yeah. This is why like I have a hard time not playing develop for these kind of reasons here.
Yeah.
Because like just from the what we've been doing so far for this video, like we've missed a lot of turn 2 ramp.
Which it's weird, yeah.
And we've been sending 7, right? We're sending 7 here.
All right, let's do Amber Steel aggro on the draw now.
On the draw, okay.
Uh,
This is not bad.
no, this is pretty decent.
Not bad at all. So kind of like what I talked about last earlier on the draw, like I do want to go a little bit more aggressive, looking for what I want because Genie is fine on the draw, like it draws you a card, but I really just want to see Scrooge and Elsa's. So here I would probably send away the Visions, Iago, Develop, and Hypnotic. Like you can make a case to keep Iago because just like, well, if they strength it, they strength it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna die anyway. Whatever you play is gonna die anyway, usually, if they strength. So like, you can make a case to keep the Iago there too. Like that's perfectly fine.
Agreed,
but
yeah.
yeah, like I'm just like whatever we play is dying. It is getting strength. So like whatever.
Yeah, so might as well
At
get the
this
card
point,
from it.
yeah.
All
Like
right.
I want to get the Elsa, right? Because they're gonna
Yeah.
strength Genie. I want to go Basil Elsa, hit something, trade back after they do that.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what we get there. And we get it all.
Hey, there we go.
Now,
So that's
unfortunately,
actually
we're
exactly
gonna-
what we want because you just go perfect curve, Basil, Tipo, go Scrooge into Elsa.
Yeah, so this looks good. Ideally, we can get other ink that we just draw, so we don't have to ink either of these Elsas, but if we have to ink one...
Hey,
it's not the worst.
you got turn one ink with Develop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go into Emerald Amethyst on the play.
Okay. We are sending away Hades here.
As
The
you should
Hypnotic
see.
Strength into the Unknown. And the rest is fine because we have a lot of good inkables.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just fine inking like all these cards. Like it depends how much aggression they put on early, right? Like if they don't play Merfolk and things, like I'm fine probably just skipping my one drop on turn one. And usually on the play you you don't play it your one drop anyway. Like you rather just sail into the one drop on turn two.
Yeah.
Because they can't quest anyway.
Yeah.
Right? That will just give you an extra turn to find cards to ink.
Yeah, I like that. I'm a big proponent of keep 3 T-Pos if I have, like, some plays other than the T-Pos, just to have them not in the deck and have some early ink. So I'm all about this strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, like you don't like you've played enough blue, like it feels terrible when you top deck a Tipo, right?
Yep.
So like now if you're playing like 4 or 6 or even 8 one drops in some of the Blurple lists that I've seen, it's just like that's a lot of one drops and a lot of T-Pos to draw into in the mid to late game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what we alter here.
Okay. Not the best for a drop,
No. But
considering we have 12 others that you want to play, but you know, you have
we got time.
still quite a few turns. Yeah, you have time, sail, draw it for turn, like to get to a 4 drop that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into Emerald Amethyst on the draw now.
Probably just sending the Robin Hoods back here, looking for Elsa,
Yep.
and that's probably it. Yep, a lot of them. The rest is just good ink.
Yep, I agree. Let's see. See, there's
More good ink.
Speak of it, and it will come. The triple TPO. You can't write this stuff, guys.
Yeah, this is perfect. This easy ink.
Yeah, and
Good
now
ink.
now your deck's just filled with the good cards and a couple Basils.
Yeah, that's the plan, right? That's the goal.
All right, and for the final one of today, let's do Blue Steel or Sapphire Steel Allies on the draw.
Ship 7.
No ramp, Tale as Old as Time,
Nope.
easy.
You can make an argument to hold your 5-cost Elsa because the thing is, like, if they play their Scar and you don't have the Elsa, you just die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we're still sending 7.
Yeah. We got a lot of time to draw into one.
Yeah.
And see, there's
There you
another
go. You
one,
drew
but
into another Elsa.
no ramp.
No ramp. Yay. But
We got Develop. We probably
I
hit it.
swear this happened last time when I did Blurple for set 7 with you.
I don't think we
That
missed
we
ramp
missed
just
ramp
this
so
much.
many times.
Yeah. It happens, but hey, at least that'll be like ironclad into people's brains. It's like we're basically just looking for ramp and a curve to get our 4 and 5 drops off, and so that's basically what Blurple is
Yeah.
now, is just this this deck
Yeah.
that just wants to do the same thing every game, with just slight variations depending on what it's playing against.
Yeah. 90%, right?
Yeah.
We've definitely missed more than 90% today.
It's pretty crazy. Well, JDRR, this has been another wonderful time. Are there any shout outs you'd like to make before we close out the episode here today?
Yeah, shout out to all the people at SLTC, always practicing, always testing, refining things, pushing each other to just make the deck better and make us all better players. Shout out to you, obviously, for having me back on.
Yeah, you're the first, I think, third time guest, all with your specialty bread and butter. I really can't have anybody else talk about this deck than you at this point. So every time it's a powerhouse, you gotta come back and tell me about it.
Appreciate it. And the final shout out would be to Flower Farm as well, because without their support, I wouldn't be able to be here doing what I do. So shout out to all the people in the Flower Farm.
Perfect. Yeah, Flower Farm, go check them out on the Metafy, and it's a wonderful community over there, and they've been pushing a lot of free content that you won't find anywhere else. And so JDRR is the pioneer of the free stuff, and it's actually the inspiration for me doing kind of this show showcasing altars. Is I really wouldn't be here without you either. So appreciate you kind of driving free stuff in the community a lot, which is getting to be rarer and rarer. So claps off to that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the whole point of doing was to help people, right? First and foremost.
Yep.
Yep. So appreciate you doing it for free too, because it's very easy to put paywall things, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's nice on occasion too, but yeah, just helping the community out too is nice as well. So appreciate you. Thank you for your time. This has been another wonderful episode of Altar Academy with the Blurple King himself, JDRR. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you again next week with another episode. Have a good one.